She's deluded. Expressions is deluded. I saw Fuad on FCM, right? You know what I mean? He's deluded as well, right? They're all deluded. Toby, all of them. Every Tottenham fan I know is deluded.
Hang on. Robbie, I'm going to correct you there. That was Klopp's second game against City ever, and in the first game we won.
Dream is a dream weekend. Everything went perfect. Early kickoff, took care of business, and I could just enjoy the festivities. Sunday evening, everything was all calm. I couldn't lose. I'd already won the weekend, so I'm happy, man. I'm good.
Fantastic weekend, both personal, work, football. Fantastic. Couldn't have gone any better. And long may it continue.
My weekend was good. I worked. Spurs won. City got a point at the end yesterday. Yeah, can't really ask for much more.
My weekend was good. You know, we nearly beat Manchester City. I was really gutted about that. But you got to take the positives.
It was all right. I was annoyed at my team because we should have won, but we didn't. But there's room for improvement, but we're doing most things right, apart from hit the back of the net. But also we could have lost because Onana had done a mad couple saves. So yeah, mixed, but it weren't the worst. It weren't the worst.
It was an explosive show today, it really was.
We had to make sure that AGT gave us our segment because it's not often that you get a comprehensive 3-0 win like that. You need to get your segment. You need to make sure that you give your analysis. But some very disingenuous chat on the Arsenal stuff. I'll be honest, even from me. You know me, I hate Arsenal. I'm more than happy to lump it. But when it comes to the analysis, we have to be serious. And 10 men, 45 minutes. I mean, come on now. That was a very good performance. They almost won. If they had won, there would be no chit-chat on the table today. None.
I have to say, the discussion around Man City Arsenal yesterday, it was embarrassing.
I felt the show went well. It's a brilliant response from everybody. I have to say one thing though, the shamelessness, the absolute shamelessness of a certain individual on that show. I'm not going to say the name of this person, but let me just give you a description. Blonde hair, yeah. I have to admit, even though she's a Tottenham fan, a very, very good pundit, beautiful, but she really wound me up today.
Hold that.
Like, Abby was embarrassing.
Got very talented people here. And Abby.
She was total embarrassment to her fan base, herself, everybody who knows her will feel embarrassed for her. It was a really poor performance from her. Like, just this narrative that's going around with this Arsenal thing. Like, I don't even like Arsenal like that as well. But let's just not do the lie thing though. That's what I don't get.
I'm fine about it. I don't really mind because I know that majority of our viewers are Arsenal fans, so they're not going to like what I was saying. They don't like cold hard facts, cold hard truths, and yeah, no one seems to be picking up on the fact that I've also said I commend you for it. I can just also call out what I'm seeing.
She tried to come with this shameless, disgraceful talk about how Arsenal are boring. And about bringing stats to the table. These so-called stats that didn't take into account the fact that we've had to play 2 games with 10 men, the fact that we had to play a whole half just defending against Manchester City. She shamelessly, after we destroyed her team last week, shamelessly tried to bring these stats to the table to try and discredit the proud display by my beloved Arsenal team. Now, honestly, I felt like this should be a last ever show on DR Sports following that. But in speaking to the other guys, in Matisse and Flex and AGT, they managed to persuade me that maybe we should keep her on a trial basis, right? But I'm telling you, she's teetering on the brink. What the hell was she talking about? And I'm going to give you her name. Her name is Abby Summers. And the shamelessness of her knows no bounds. We beat her team last week, and then she tries to come off with these ridiculous stats to try and justify the Arsenal being a boring side. Well, let me tell you something, Summers. You lot couldn't beat us. Put your Manchester City shirt back on, because I know you're a big City fan in disguise, right? That's the only way you're going to get a bit of success. But don't come with this shameless talk anymore. There goes my rant.
There is an agenda here, Kenya. There's an agenda against me. There's an agenda that I'm the only one that gets rattled. I think if we look back at the XG of how many times people got rattled today, it wasn't just me. Your father, Robert Lyle, was severely rattled, many points. AGT was rattled. I think only maybe Matisse was the only one that wasn't rattled today, to be fair. So in terms of XG for rattling, I don't think that today I was the winner of that. But no one likes stats or facts or figures.
Where would I have it taken to cure of this shamelessness?
Two serious diseases, rattledness and shamelessness.
You know what? Take her as far away from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as possible, because it's like anybody who goes to watch the team regularly at that place end up being deluded.
NHS are underfunded. I don't think priority she'll be there for that. If we have to go private, we have to go private.
I think she's too far gone.
There's no saving her. You can't take her anywhere. You have to leave it.
What do I hate most about Manchester City? 115 things.
Oh my gosh. This is going to go forever though.
That they're cheaters, mate. 115 charges.
But what I did hate about those players yesterday and that team was the fact that they were so rattled, and the disrespect of Erling Haaland, putting his hand on our manager, telling him to be humble. Well, why don't you be humble?
I think Manchester City do the Lord's work.
I don't hate them at all. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, listen, Man City, I can never force rivalry with Man City. They're completely irrelevant to my life. When we were winning the league, they were nowhere to be seen. When they're winning the league, unfortunately, we are nowhere to be seen. The one time we have crossed paths was in Porto. And when we crossed paths, we did our thing and we won. So I have no beef. There's no animosity, there's no beef, there's no anger, there's no nothing. They are the oil brothers. They came after us. And, you know, they do what they do. And right now, they're handling business until I get back in the conversation.
Obviously, I don't want to see City win it again. But if Arsenal win a title before we do, bro. And you know what? There is a big, deep-rooted admiration between Liverpool and Arsenal. There actually is. You can ask old Liverpool fans, old Arsenal fans, they'll tell you. But it's just working around these guys. I mean, the person that's asking me the questions now would be unbearable if Arsenal won the league. So, who do I not want to? Just Liverpool. That's the only team I'd like to see win the league. Can't answer that.
I'm a Man United fan. Like, Man City are our rivals. Like, they are. Like, I don't want to see them winning a 5-peat, 4-peat, this, that, and the other, just because I don't know hardly any of their fans. If Arsenal win their first title in 20 years, 21 years, whatever it is, then so be it. You know what I mean? But I want to see someone different win the league, and I don't want it to be Liverpool. So that just leaves Arsenal. So I suppose Liverpool and City are the ones I don't want to win it most. But if Arsenal fail, I'll still be there. I'll still be there, absolutely.
I would have said Tottenham, but there's no chance of them winning any league anyway. It's a City.
It's still Arsenal. I mean, don't get it twisted.
If it's not City, it should be Liverpool for me that wins the league.
United v Spurs. Well, look, Spurs, like I said, they're the Everton of North London.
It's the Mud Brothers versus the Mud Sisters.
Right, I don't have much hate for Spurs at all. It's more of a little bro kind of situation. So I will go for a Spurs win. Is that Old Trafford? Yes. Yeah, let's get Flex in meltdown on Monday, and I'd like to see that, a Spurs win. 6-1 like they did a couple of years ago, that would be nice.
Oh, come on. United. I don't want to see Spurs win anything. You know, I don't really want to see United win anything, but if it comes down to it, you know, and especially after Abby's shameless display, come on United. And let me tell you something, if they do lose to United Spurs, Abby, I'll be there with the stats.
It will be a W regardless, you know, it will be a win regardless. Whoever loses that game, we're cooking the other one. So I don't really mind too much on that side of things, but because it is Tottenham, you know, and the way that Abby was talking last season, the way I had to give her the money for the bet, Ange Postecoglou, I wouldn't mind seeing the pressure go up. I wouldn't mind seeing the ante. you know, rise the intensity. I wouldn't mind.
I don't know, you know, like we're both techie, like, I don't know. I think this has got like a draw written all over it. I really think it does. But obviously, like, nothing would make me happier than coming in here Monday morning and cooking that 60-year-old flex, honestly. I want to see the hairs on his beard that ain't turned grey yet. I want to see them turn grey Sunday. I want to cook. Get that rattle out, get the decks out, get the stats, the facts, the figures. But I'm sure it'll probably end in a draw because we're both shit.
He might better win. They better win this because I tell you what, if we beat them Monday, Abby best not even come here. She best, well, she must, but it's going to be so bad for her. She's going to wish she never came here. See, look, see, she can't. And this is what you see. Gate crashing it's my time to talk to you lot. Look, you hear it, you see that, rattled. You see what I'm saying? And guys, and all of you at home watching will agree. Can you hear her? You see, she's so rattled. The game ain't even kicked off yet, and you've just asked me why I want to win the game, and that. You see that? This is the behaviour we have to deal with. Off camera, on camera, in groups, on the phone, via email, however you communicate with Abby, this is what you have to deal with. Complete shamelessness and rattle city. That's what it is.
Can I go now? Yeah. Okay, because all I heard was him slagging me off through that door.